Victor Osimhen has 6 titanium plates and 18 screws holding his face together.
Itano, and now Osimhen getting the wrong side of Smalling. Osimhen! That is world class!
The surgeon who operated on him said it publicly. The fractures were so severe they posed a life-threatening risk. His eye socket was shattered, his cheekbone was gone. The doctor told him directly, if you take the same hit again, you are done. Not done for the season, done permanently. 3 months later, he came back with a mask over his face, and he pressed harder than he had before the injury. That is not a metaphor. That is a medical fact about a man who was told his face could not survive another collision, and whose response was to run faster into more of them. To understand why he cannot stop, you have to go back to Olusoson, not a neighborhood, a landfill, one of the largest dump sites in West Africa, receiving up to 10,000 tons of waste daily. That is where Victor Osimhen grew up, the youngest of 7 children born on the 29th of December 1998 in Lagos, Nigeria. He joined Ultimate Strikers Academy in Lagos. Scouts from the Nigerian U17 national team noticed him. In 2015, at 16 years old, he was selected for the FIFA U17 World Cup in Chile. He scored 10 goals in 7 matches. Not the most goals in the tournament, the most goals in the entire competition, a record that had stood since it was jointly held by a Frenchman and an Ivorian. Osimhen broke it alone. He scored in every match Nigeria played except one. Hat-trick against Australia, goal in the final. Nigeria won the title. Arsene Wenger called him, Barcelona called, Inter Milan called, Atletico Madrid called, Juventus called. He was 16 and every major club in Europe had his name on a list. He chose Wolfsburg because he wanted to play immediately, because waiting was something he had never been able to afford. He played 16 games in 3 seasons, 0 goals, nothing. This is the part the highlights never show, the part that breaks most teenagers who arrive in Europe with 10 goals at a World Cup and a list of clubs that wanted them. Wolfsburg's cold, the language he didn't speak. His father and brother stayed a few months, then flew home to Lagos. He came back from training to an empty apartment. Charleroi in Belgium loaned him. He scored 20 goals. Lille in France bought him for 15 million euros. In his single season there, he became the fastest player in League One to break the 35 km/h barrier, 7 sprints above that speed in 1 month, ahead of Kylian Mbappe. A center forward running faster than the fastest winger in the league. That is the statistic that explains everything. Most strikers press because the manager asked them to. Osimhen presses because he is constitutionally incapable of standing still. Coach's Voice, who analyzed tactical profiles for elite clubs, described it precisely. He locks the opposition play on one side of the pitch. He blocks switches between center backs. His acceleration makes him an effective presser. He is smart with his decisions, showing the opposition towards a teammate, pressing in a direction, not just pressing randomly. This is not effort, this is intelligence at speed, and it was already fully formed at 20 years old in League One. Napoli paid 80 million euros in 2020, the highest fee ever paid for an African player at that time, a 21-year-old from a landfill in Lagos. Then came San Siro, November 2021, Napoli versus Inter Milan. A cross came in from the wing. Osimhen went to head the ball. Inter defender Milan Skriniar brought his own head back. The collision shattered Osimhen's eye socket and cheekbone in multiple places. He lost consciousness on the pitch. The surgeon described the fractures as devastating. 6 titanium plates, 18 screws, emergency facial reconstruction to stabilize the shattered bones and prevent permanent damage to his vision. The doctor's warning after surgery was delivered without ambiguity. One more hit like that and it is over. He came back 3 months later with a mask. He went to press the goalkeeper in the first minute of his return match. That season, he scored 18 goals despite missing 3 months. The following season, 2022-23, he scored 26 league goals, the highest tally ever recorded by an African player in Serie A. He finished as Serie A top scorer. He won the Scudetto, Napoli's first league title in 33 years since the era of Diego Maradona. Spalletti called him the complete package, The city painted murals of his face on walls across Naples. His jersey sold out before the season was over. He flew his entire family from Lagos to Naples for the celebration. 20 people, his siblings, his childhood coach, the people who had put their naira on the table every evening. Now here's the part nobody talks about. The 2023-24 season. The club tells the world they are building around their striker. And then their social media team posts a TikTok, a mocking video. Osimhen's face overdubbed with a childish voice, making fun of a missed penalty.
The black guy dressed him as a coconut. Like, how, no matter what, whether they were meant for it to be offensive or not, surely you would just think in your mind, got a black person, do we want to cover his body with a coconut?
The video was deleted, but the relationship was finished. The player who had given the city a title after 33 years of waiting was being mocked on the internet by the people who employed him. He felt humiliated. He said so publicly. He stopped engaging with the club entirely. Napoli set a release clause of 130 million euros. The entire summer of 2024, every major club in Europe circled. Chelsea negotiated. Al Ahly agreed a deal. Napoli changed the asking price. The deal collapsed. Chelsea couldn't agree personal terms. The window closed. Napoli excluded him from their Serie A squad, stripped him of his number 9, handed it to Romelu Lukaku, who they signed as his replacement. Osimhen watched his number given away by the club he had dragged to a title because their social media team had posted a joke and could not bring themselves to fully apologize. He went to Galatasaray on loan. And this is the plot twist the football world did not see coming. Everyone expected Osimhen to coast, a frustrated superstar, humiliated by his parent club, waiting out a loan until a big move in the next window, comfortable in Turkey, going through the motions. He scored 35 goals in 39 matches, a new record for the most goals scored by a foreign player in a single Turkish season, breaking a record that had stood since Mario Yardel. He won the league title. He won the cup. He became the fastest player in Galatasaray history to reach 50 goals in 59 appearances. On the 14th of January 2026, he was named in the Guardian's top 50 players in the world. He did not coast. He pressed. Nigeria's head coach Eric Shell, after watching him in a 2025 World Cup qualifier, said 4 words: the best striker in the world. A man raised next to a landfill, who survived the death of his mother at 5, who sold water in Lagos traffic at 6, who scored 0 goals for 3 seasons in Germany, who had his face reconstructed with metal and came back running, who was mocked by his own club and responded by breaking records in a different country.